It's 1998 in a remote California town at a secluded private school.
We could have a Halloween party, just the four of us. We could have a roaming orgy.
I love the way this man thinks.
No booze, no drugs, no kidding.
One teacher is living in fear.
I'm not who you think I am. I changed my name when I went into hiding.
Terrible. Pick up your clothes.
My brother killed my sister.
How'd he do that?
With a really big kitchen knife.
That's enough. I can't take it, Mom. He's dead. It's been 20 years. What's he waiting for, huh? Don't you think he would have shown up by now?
What's going on, baby?
I don't know. This is a sick joke.
Now,
Come on!
the face of good and the face of evil will meet one last time. But this time, it's going to be a fight to the finish. This summer, terror won't be taking a vacation. Halloween H20.
It's Halloween. I guess everyone's entitled to one good scare.
I've had my share.
What's up? It's Pete Rich from Hatchet Boys. This summer, terror won't be taking a vacation. Today I'm going to be reviewing and discussing Halloween H20, 20 years later. H20 it's a 1998 slasher film directed by Steve Miner. Steve Miner, he's a pretty good director. He directed Friday the 13th Part 2, Friday the 13th Part 3, 1985's House. That's a good movie. I love that movie. It's great. Good horror comedy film. I like. He also directed Warlock and Lake Placid. And he directed a few TV series also, The Wonder Years and Dawson's Creek and Smallville. I was never big into those shows. But anyways, so H20 stars Jamie Lee Curtis, LL Cool J, Adam Arkin, Michelle Williams, Janet Leigh, that's Jamie Lee Curtis's mom. Janet Leigh, she played in Psycho. And and Josh Hartnett in his first film debut. So H20 is a direct sequel to the 1978's Halloween and Halloween 2 1981's film. So basically they ignore Halloween 4, 5, and 6. So yeah, this is basically like the sequel to after Halloween 1981's Halloween 2 and it follows a post-traumatic Laurie Strode who has faked her death in order to go into hiding from her murderous brother Michael Myers, who finds her working at a private board school in California. Alright. I do like the concept. The concept's not bad. You get out of Haddonfield. It's not bad. I do like that. I like that direction they take. It's just how this movie's executed throughout the whole movie. But I'll get basically like the plot summary of this film. It has been almost 20 years since Michael Myers escaped from Smith's Groves and returned to his hometown of Haddonfield to kill his long-lost sister, Laurie Strode, after an explosion at Haddonfield Hospital caused by Dr. Sam Loomis. Michael's body disappeared and was presumed dead. Yeah, like another thing in this film, at the first of the film, when we get the opening credits, like right before we get the opening credits, the police are like investigated Marion Chambers' house, and they're like, she was obsessed with Michael Myers, and blah blah blah, and they're like, they never found his body, but like in this film, Jamie Lee Curtis, when Josh Hartnett says, "You watched your brother burn," it's like, so I guess he disappeared. I don't fucking know, but anyways, Michael Myers ends up disappearing. They never found his body, and alright, so let's go with that. That's not too bad. Okay. So on October 29th, 1998, Marion Chambers, Loomis's former colleague who took care of him until his death, returns home to her house they shared in Langdon, Illinois. And I like how they get the same Marion Chambers as the first and second film, and she's in this film, and then she reprised her role once again in the David Gordon Green's trilogy in Halloween Kills. But yeah, whatever, I won't talk about those movies today. But yeah, I like how she returned to come back to play this role of Marion Chambers. So anyways, she like notices that her house has been broken into. Like her front door light of her house has been smashed, and the door is like open. So she walks in, and she gets scared, and she goes over next door to her neighbor's house, Jimmy, played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Yeah, he's not a bad actor. He's like young in this film. Like, but anyways, so she goes and gets Jimmy to go in her house and see if anybody's in there. And he notices that like her office was like in a huge mess, that someone went through all her papers and shit. So he goes, excuse me. So he comes out of the house and tells Marion that someone did break in and they made a huge mess in the kitchen. He got scared and knocked over a shitload of pots and pans. So he like stole her beer, whatever. And then he mentions to Marion that her office was all messed up, papers everywhere. So she goes back inside and she hears like sounds. She gets spooked out and she sees the front door like wide open. This is a great scene. Like, I love it. Like, this is like the most suspense you get in this movie. There is like no fucking suspense whatsoever. I find in this movie there isn't. There really isn't. If they kept like this first 10 minutes of this movie, like throughout this movie, like give it some time to rest and breathe a little bit and build it up and build it up more and more. But if we got like more of like this in this movie, I would have liked this movie like 10 times better. Like, but anyways, so yeah, and then she sees the back doors open too, and I love it. I love the visual effect of it, and the camera work is very well done in this scene. You see the leaves blowing, and then she like sees Michael, and then she gets out of that house, like, and then she runs over next door to Jimmy's house, and she goes in, and she's all scared, and she sees Jimmy in the rocking chair rocking back and forth with an ice skate in his face. Now that visual effect is great. I love it. The practical effect of that is awesome. I fucking love that. Like, yeah, we don't see how he died. I like that. I do like that. You see the aftermath of it. I do like that. It would have been cool to see like him die, but that was like the surprise. Like they're building up the special. She runs over next door. She runs in to get Jimmy to help her, and Jimmy's just rocking back and forth in that chair with fucking ice skate in his face. It's awesome. And then she like runs in the back of the house to get out the back door, and she notices Jimmy's friend. Once she opens up the back door, he's just standing there and falls on top of her, whatever. We don't know what happened to him either, but he's dead anyways. That came off like sort of like too Scream-ish for me, like the movie Scream. Like, that's basically what this whole fucking movie is. It's like a Scream movie. But anyways, so then the police get there, and she grabs, the police go next door to her house, and she grabs a knife or whatever, a fire poker, and she's kind of fighting Michael off a little bit. But I love when we see Michael. It's great the way it was lit up, the way it was lit. Yeah, it was great. And the mask looked fine in this scene. Throughout this whole movie, you'll notice the mask changes quite a few times, and they even have a CGI fucking mask in it, which is fucking ridiculous. But anyways, yeah, I love that scene when we see Michael, and they're fighting. She's kind of fighting him off, and then she notices the police are next door. So she tries to smash the window and starts screaming out for help, for the police to help her, and then Michael just slits her fucking throat. It's great.
Jimmy!
Yeah, that first 10 minutes really sets it up. It sets it up awesome. I love it. I'm a big fan of the first 10 minutes of this movie. And then, like, yeah, now Michael he knows where Laurie is. When he went looking through the files of Laurie Strode, they found out, or Michael found out where she lives now in California. So he's driving across country to California to go kill her. And his car breaks down. Well, he stole the Jimmy guy's car. So anyways, so he's driving across country. And his car ends up breaking down at a rest stop. And it's like, okay, it's not bad or anything. But there's like this mother and daughter. I guess they're traveling, whatever. The little girl has to use the restroom. And the girl's restroom is locked, so she can't get in. And so they have to go in the men's. And it's like, why would you just take a piss outside? There's nobody around. Like, go behind the fucking building. Like, do you know how dirty and disgusting those fucking restrooms are, man? I would never sit my ass or make my own child sit their ass on that toilet.
Hey, did you see that Nina Bedford show this morning? Yeah, that thing about toast fucking. Toast fucking? Yeah, it's the new thing where you fuck or get fucked with toast. No, the show this morning was about that new drug. Must have been a dream I had. I hope so. Well, pitter patter, let's get at it. Hey, hang on a second. I gotta drain that snake. Drain the snake.
Lights off, asshole.
I'm your nightmare, Mr. Freeze!
You disgusted those fucking restrooms are, man. I would never sit my ass or make my own child sit their ass on that toilet seat. But anyways, this scene does kind of build up a little good suspense because you think Michael's gonna kill them. But he doesn't, he just steals her car keys. But I do like this, the camera work in this scene when the woman's in the stall. And she hears someone in there and she sees Michael like walk by. Like, I like that. I like that camera work, that angle we get of Michael. Yeah, it's great. I like that. So anyways, he just steals her car keys and drives off. And now we see Laurie, and she's like the dean at this private school where she is supported by her secretary, Norma Watson, the guidance counselor, Will Brennan, and we see Laurie, and she wakes up screaming and crying. I mean, it's a little over the top, that scene of her acting. But I really do like how they show like Laurie, how she's dealing with her traumatic past. Like, she's an alcoholic now, and it's like her only way to cope with what happened in 1978 is by drinking. I mean, and the way she's traumatized through this film, instead of what we get in the David Green's trilogy is bullshit, I find. This is way more believable. And I do like how she acts in this film. But I'll get there with the characters. But anyways, and Norma Watson is Janet Leigh. And they do throw in a little like nods to Psycho and the first Halloween film. Yeah, the jump scares in this movie are just fucking ridiculous, man. Basically, this whole movie is just one jump scare, like after another, after another. It's brutal. And like, she sees like Michael all the time in her mind. And it's just not even well done how they do it. She'll be in town looking in the window of a store or something. It just sees like Michael's reflection. But the way they do it is just so like weak and shitty. But anyways, but yeah, it's kind of cool how Janet Leigh's in this, and she drives the same car that she did in Psycho. That's kind of cool. So it's like, no, to the. So yeah, we're introduced to Laurie's son, John Tate, played by Josh Hartnett, and so he has to basically take care of his mother. She's always drunk all the time. She's like a functional alcoholic and dealing with the trauma all the time. And you kind of feel for John for sure. And then we meet Molly Cartwell, John's girlfriend. And we meet Charlie. He looks like a guy from fucking a band member from the Beatles, like Paul McCartney or something. Yeah. And we're introduced to Charlie's girlfriend, Sarah. Yes, so these kids, they want to go to Yosemite for a camping trip for Halloween. But Laurie doesn't want John to go. So, and Charlie and Molly and Sarah all end up not going to Yosemite. So anyways, they stay around campus just for Halloween to like drink and do whatever, yeah. So like after most of the teachers and students have departed, Ronnie Jones, a security guard who earlier helped John and Charlie sneak out of the school. Ronnie's played by LL Cool J. So anyways, yeah, and Laurie is in a relationship with Will, the guidance counselor, and Laurie reveals her identity to Will in the process. He discovers a connection between, or she discovers a connection between her age when Michael first came after her, which is also how old John is, 17. So she notices the phones aren't working, and John didn't go to Yosemite, that they're the campus. So she gets her gun out, and she's going to go look for John, because she suspects that Michael's there. He cut the phone lines. She's freaking out. Yeah. And she goes open the door, and we think it's going to be Michael Myers, but it's like just Rodney and LL Cool J. It's such a shitty jump scare. Such a shitty jump scare. But anyways, yes. Now, Charlie ends up dying first. He loses the corkscrew down the garbage disposal, and you think Michael's going to turn it on, but he doesn't. So he gets the corkscrew out of the garbage disposal, and he turns, and Michael's standing right there. It's so weak. It's weak. It's fucking shit. And all we see is just Charlie and Michael's reflection in his eye. It's fucking dumb. I mean, the camera work for that looked good. Like, it looked good. It's just fucking dumb. I mean, it's weak. Fucking. So it's a cutaway, and we don't see how Charlie dies anyways. So now, what's her name? Sarah. She dies in a more grosser manner, but she ends up getting stabbed by Michael, and she opens up this elevator thing where they send food up and down from. She sees Charlie in there. I think his throat's slit or whatever. Anyways, he's dead. And she goes up to the top floor, and I think it's the top floor. Anyways, and then Michael cuts the rope that the elevator goes up with, and it lands on her fucking leg and snaps it off. I mean, basically snaps it off. It goes right through the skin. You kind of see the bone a little bit. I like that. That was good. John and Molly find Sarah's body. That's a good scene. They turn on the closet light, and she's hanging there, and the light goes on, and it was really well lit, and the camera work I thought was good too. So then they freak out. Well, they see a blood trail leading right to that closet. Once they go in, turn on the light, and you see Sarah there. I like that. Then they run outside, and Michael's chasing after them. John gets stabbed, and they're trying to get in the other building, and Molly drops the keys, but closes the gate, and Michael's there, and he's just and you see his mask, and it looks brutal. It sucks. And you see his eyes way too much. It bothers me. Anyways, so yeah, they drop the keys, and they're trying to get inside, and Laurie finally opens the door and lets them in, and John got stabbed, so he's hurt. And then once she closes the door, Michael goes right up. He gets through the gate. He goes right up against the door or the window. And this is when Laurie and Michael first interact with each other since Halloween 2, 1978 supposedly. And oh man, it's bad. Like I said, you just see his eyes way too much, the big fucking cutout eye holes, and I don't know, it doesn't work for like I said, like you just see his eyes way too much, like the big fucking cut out eye holes, and I don't know, it doesn't work for me. So they're inside, and now they're inside, and I do like this, like a shot here. The window's open, it's blowing the curtain. It's great, and so anyways, it's great when when you see yeah, Michael's coming in now, and she needs him in the balls, man. It's like, oh man, they're so weak too, and his eyes too. When she like needs him in the balls, he's like, but anyways, she gets the gun, and she tells John and Molly to hide in the closet, and she's like almost forced to hide in the closet. Will takes the gun from Laurie, and he thinks he sees Michael, and I swear to God, it does look like fucking the shadow does for a quick second, but it ends up being Ronnie gets shot. But like after you see Ronnie's shadow, it didn't look anything like supposedly Michael's fucking shadow. So it's like, how could you have? I don't know. He panicked and started firing, but the shadow doesn't even match up with Ronnie's. It's so stupid. And Will notices that it was Ronnie, so he goes over and he's like, "Oh shit!" And Laurie's like, "Oh no, like we shot Ronnie," and then Michael comes, and I like this how it kind of goes back to Halloween 2 1981, where that nurse gets like picked up with the knife. It does the same thing, but yeah, it looked great. I do like that kill when Will dies. It's not bad.
No.
Oh God. Oh, I thought.
Ronnie's on the ground, like bleeding after getting shot by Will. Now it's like she gets John and Molly out of the closet and gets them to go in the car and drive down the road to go call the police. And this is like the final third act, final showdown we get with Laurie and Michael Myers. We've been waiting all these years for this final showdown. It's going to happen. It's going to fucking happen, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, holy shit. So this final showdown, I mean, it's not bad. I don't mind it. It's alright. So I do like when she grabs the axe and she's like, Michael, screaming for him. And then she goes in the campus, and they just fighting each other. As I mean, she's hiding under tables. I do like that one angle shot of when she's on the floor and you see Michael. It's like in a chapel or something. It looks great when he's flipping the tables up. And just the way the camera was angling up on Michael, flipping the tables looked great. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, so Michael ends up getting like stabbed with the axe and then thrown off like the balcony of the church or whatever. It lands on a table. It looked pretty bad. Like it looks like he broke his fucking back. But anyways, so he's unconscious and she's like ready. She's like above him, ready to keep stabbing him with his knife. And with a knife, and then Ronnie pulls her like away from him. And then the cops are all there and But the thing I don't get, she broke like the thing to come in and out the gate, and like she smashed it with a rock. So how the fuck did the police get in there? But anyways, all the police are there, the ambulance, and they're taking Michael away, and she grabs the axe, and then she grabs one of the police officers' guns, and she tells them to load up Michael in the back of the ambulance or the morgue truck or whatever the fuck it is, and so she drives off with Michael in the back, and like, I don't even know what the fuck she was planning on doing. Like, I don't know. And it's just kind of funny, though. And so Michael ends up waking up in the back, and he gets out of the Ziploc bag, and she slams on the brakes, and he flies up the window. Not bad. It was okay. And then she's like, get up. And he gets up, like how he rises up, like he does in the first film. I like that. That was a good touch. And so anyways, she runs right into him, and he's like on the fucking windshield, and they end up driving off the side. And Michael gets stuck on a tree, and the ambulance just drives right into him, and he's like pinned up against the tree in the ambulance, and Laurie like fucking ducked and rolled out of there. So she like goes down with the axe, and Michael's like reaching out for her to help him, and they kind of have a moment there for a minute, which it's like, why even bother with that fucking moment? But anyways, then she like cuts his head off with the axe, and that's how it ends. And we see Michael's decapitated head with the mask still on. It was cool. Like, yeah, I do like that ending. It was a pretty good ending. Like third act wasn't too bad. Second act, fucking stupid. The first of the film, the first 10 minutes, like I said, was great. Yeah, so my first impression of this movie when I first saw it, I was 13. I went to go see it in the movie theater. I liked it, yeah, I did. But I was like, it just didn't seem like a Halloween movie to me. It seemed more like a Scream film for me. And then, yeah, I do remember liking it though. That's the thing with this film. Like, I go back and forth liking it and not liking it. Like, I don't know, it's somewhere in the middle with me for the Halloween films in the franchise.
H20. What's wrong with his medulla oblongata? It's okay to fight back. Most times said I could.
We get Jamie Lee Curtis back as Laurie Strode. Carrie Tate. She's great. She really did bring alive Laurie Strode and her traumatic state that she's going through. She played it very well, except for the first scene there where we see her screaming. It was a little too over the top, but I do like her acting. And the character is good. I do like it. Way better than David Gordon Green's trilogy of Laurie. Josh Hartnett, he was good. I like him. John Tate, his character, yeah, he worked well with Laurie and Laurie's relationship together. It was good. It was good on-screen chemistry for sure. As Will Brennan played by Adam Arkin, like he's a good actor. I like him. He played his role fine. Like, I liked him. Michelle Williams as Molly, she was fine too. Like, she was a good character. She worked well with John. Charlie, he was okay. Charlie was okay. Yeah, I mean, he was just friends with John, and his girlfriend was Sarah. Sarah, I like Sarah. Yeah, I do. But I'd say Charlie's probably the weakest for me. Yeah, LL Cool J, he was okay. I mean, he's not no Busta Rhymes or anything, but he's fine. LL Cool J, I don't mind him in this film as Roddy. He was okay. His character, it's kind of funny when he's talking to his wife on the phone. He's like going into like description of his book. He's writing this romance novel. He's like, and her big, voluptuous, rounded breast. It's just funny how he's going on with that. But I mean, he's okay. I don't mind Roddy. Chris Durand as Michael Myers. I don't like him, to be honest. I don't like the way he portrays Michael Myers. I don't. Definitely the weakest Michael Myers for me by far. And the masks, like, oh man, don't get me started with those fucking masks. So yeah, technical elements of this film. Edited, it's fine. It's a good paced film. It is. Yeah, like the edit is great. The camera work is pretty good. I still prefer like John Carpenter's Halloween 1978 film. That cinematography is really well done, I find. And Halloween 2 is great too. Uh, this one, it's okay. It just comes off too much like a Scream movie for me. And even the music, I gotta say the music, I'm not a big fan of the music. It's literally like beat for beat, all Scream music in this movie. The jump scares, this movie's like entirely jump scares. Like, I don't like it. Uh, the sound effects are good. I don't mind the sound effects. The sound effects are fine. The music, I don't like the opening credits scene where we get like the Halloween theme music, but it's like orchestrated. I don't like it. I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of it. But yeah, throughout this whole film, it's literally like Scream music, beat for beat. Um, yeah. Like Kevin Kevin Williamson did the screenplay, I do believe. Yeah, he was the screenwriter. So he wrote like Scream 1, Scream 2, and Scream 4. But like back then, it just would have been Scream 1, Scream 2, and Dawson's Creek. Like, same with the director. Like, the director, Steve Miner, directed Dawson's Creek. So it comes off sort of like Dawson's Creek and Scream movies. It really does. Uh, Practical effects. Like I said, the masks are shit. I don't even know why the fuck you would have a CGI mask. The first mask we see Michael wearing in the first 10 minutes of this film is great. Too bad they just didn't keep that mask. I think it was the mask from the sixth one, The Curse of Michael Myers. They should have just left that fucking mask throughout the whole film. Um, yeah. Like I said, there are some good shots throughout this film. There it is. Um, but yeah, practical effects. When that Sarah girl gets her leg like almost snapped off. That was cool. Like when she's hanging from the light fixtures, or yeah, whatever the fuck that was. Light fixtures. That looked cool. I like that. That was great. Um, yeah, the costume department just totally fucked up the masks, the wardrobe shit for sure. Uh, yeah. Do I recommend this movie? Yeah, I do. I do recommend this movie. Uh, it's not that I don't like it. There's things that I don't like it, but I mean, it's overall not like a bad Halloween film. It just, I don't know. It just doesn't land for me. That's just my opinion, though. Yeah. What would I rate this movie? I would have to give it like a 7 at the most, maybe 6.5. I'll go with 7 because there is rewatch. Like I can rewatch this movie, but not like all the time. Like every so often, like I'd say like once or twice, or like once a year, maybe like every 2 years. I can watch this film. Uh, the rewatch factor for me, it's not really there. Uh, but yeah, I give it a 7. Uh, there are some creative decisions that make this movie like alright, like good. Uh, the overall success of this film, the budget was $17 million, and the overall like box office was 75 million. Like it didn't do horrible, but it didn't do that great either. I remember seeing it in a theater, and I liked it. And there was a lot of people in the theater too when I went. Yeah, it was like my stepdad took me during my birthday, which was pretty cool. Yeah, that's my review for H2O. Alright, so yeah, don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe. That would help me out a lot. Thanks everybody. And see you next time. Peace.